Victor Davis Hanson joins me now to talk more about this. It's good to have you on, sir. The open border disaster in this country has taken on a very new face since the Hamas attacks. It's not just a fiscal crisis being imposed on various cities and towns. It looks a lot different now, and it's much more dangerous.
Yeah, it is. We've let in, Rob, since the Biden administration took power, we've let in the equivalent of 8 cities the size of San Francisco. People are illegal. It's not a diverse immigration schema. I don't think they have skills that would be self-supporting. They're in need of vast education, health, housing, food, legal support. And it's all by design. I mean, Mayorkas did this, and Biden did it intentionally for the reasons that you outlined. And if there's any such thing as impeachment for not faithfully following the laws that you swore to uphold, Mayorkas fits that bill. He should be impeached. And I think there might be more support for him than in the Senate to convict him than people think, because at a time of terror, the Biden administration is one terror incident away from scandal. They really are. And they know they're putting us all at risk, but in the cost of benefit analysis, they feel the political upside of the demographic change and the new constituents is worth the risk.
That's exactly what's happening. It's a calculation, except they're not the ones taking the risk. The people that they represent are the ones taking it. And go ahead.
They're never subject to the consequences of their ideology. And we saw that on the international scene with, declaring the Houthis no longer a terrorist organization, giving aid to Hamas, trying to ransom at 1.2 billion hostage from Iran. They don't care about what that does to the Middle East and the Americans that were taken hostage or killed, or the endangerment of Israel. It's all sort of a socialist left-wing project, and we're collateral damage. That's how they look at us.
Yeah, it's like they're playing a video game in a lot of ways. There's really not any real consequence for them as long as they can stay in power. There's really no consequence at all. I think most Americans have no idea that the people that are in power are willing to risk so much of their livelihood to stay in it. But our southern border should prove as a prime example of how willing they are to exploit us for their own gain. And I hope if there's one thing that people learn in this moment, when Homeland Security under Mayorkas is saying that terror groups are working to infiltrate this country from our southern border, and we as a country continue to just let people pour in pretending that they're asylum seekers, which they've been lying about this entire time. The fact that they're not willing to stop playing this ridiculous game when we have an overt threat so bad that there is a memo that comes out from Homeland Security to identify it, so bad that the FBI sits in front of the Senate and says we're in a very dangerous time. The fact that they can't stop playing this political game in that moment should show people what the government is really capable of.
I hope so. When he says the system, all he does is start this phrase, the system is broken, the immigration's. What he means by that is we don't have a more efficient way of granting mass amnesties and welcoming people in. And he's kind of threatening us. He's saying, well, we might maybe secure the border a little bit if we start getting amnesties and easier entry for all these people who are illegal. But he's really, I've never seen a public servant like this. I never have, that just flagrantly and blatantly and proudly defies the laws that he was sworn to uphold, and with impunity. I've never seen anything like it. I don't think any of us have.
Yeah. Victor Davis Hanson,
I think we call it we're in a cultural revolution.
Yeah.
That's all we are.
I'd say that's exactly right.